tour estimate this year for total production in Kansas in bushels was 338.5 million bushels. So that is an estimate. Everybody on the tour puts in their estimate. They can use the average bushels per acre that we had. Our 3-day average was 53 bushels per acre, but the tour attendees, when they enter their estimate, they can change that if they think it's going to be higher or lower. They can change the amount of acres they think it's going to be harvested when they calculate their own estimate. But I think that final number that the tour group came up with, total production 338.5 million, feels like a really good number to me. We treat mosaic virus and the whole virus complex. Actually, there's a couple of other viruses in there. It's localized hotspots, and where those hotspots are, it's really going to affect the yield. I mean, the heads may not form if they hadn't headed out, or they won't mature correctly, or the grain won't fill properly. So it has some impact on yield locally. Now, when you start estimating what impact it has on yield statewide, boy, a lot of fields had a little bit of wheat streak, so it's hard to calculate, is it going to take the edge off? Yes, but putting a number on it is pretty difficult. Those viruses can affect quality. Where the infection is very severe, what's going to happen is the kernels won't reach their full potential in development. So we're probably going to have some shrunken and small kernels in those fields, and that's not ideal milling quality. We want those nice big round plump kernels. So that is the most quality factor associated with those diseases. There's not any toxins or anything like that. It's mostly about the size and characteristics of that kernel that are going to be affected. We do have options with these diseases. Not all of them are easy, but one is a cultural control. We need to control our volunteer wheat in the late summer and fall before we plant our wheat, because the mites need that refuge. They need that green bridge, something to eat. They'll eat that volunteer wheat, and then when your new wheat comes up, they'll come into that field and infect it. So controlling the volunteer wheat, there's nothing you can do about roadside ditches and waterways. Be mindful in cover crops. The grass species that you're using in your cover crops, maybe they can serve as a harbor for those curl mites. And then on the other end of it, it's wheat genetics resistance, right? There's a lot of varieties out there, or a handful of varieties out there, that have resistance to either the mite itself or to the disease. And we've seen this year that those resistance have held up pretty well. We want to get that harvest in the bin, and there's variability across the state, like there is every year. And this year it's going to be all about having the bushels, because our market prices are so depressed right now, and you really have to have a lot of bushels yield to even break even at wheat. So I think that's the top concern on farmers' minds, and not everybody in the state got the rain, and not everybody's going to have those bushels. The good thing we can talk about is the marketplace is good right now. We have a lot of markets in South America, Central America. Had some people on the tour from Mexico, South and Central America. They are buying U.S. wheat right now because it's a good value. So we need marketplaces. That's basic of everything, right? We need marketplaces for the wheat. We have those right now. We are competitive with other wheat sources. So that's the positive. If we do have a bigger harvest, have the bushel, we've got the marketplace for it.
Well, it's the cost of production. All of our inputs are higher. Interest is higher. Looks like our yields aren't going to be where we would like to see them, or kind of return we'd like to have. Market prices are terrible. I think they're kind of oversold. Feel like there will be an opportunity, I hope.
Well, top of the mind for us is rainfall and moisture right now, I would say. But there's other factors too. The trade situation, tariffs, all that affects our exports. And we export roughly half the Kansas crop. So exports are really important to us.